Oh, cool. Hello, 1 Million Cups attendees and presenter. We'll be getting started here shortly. If you want to migrate towards your seats, we've got a great show, traveling presenter here this morning. And I know everyone's excited to chat with each other. We've got a lot of things going on. The Clermont Police Department is visiting us. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with me and what I did last week. Hi. Betsy is joining.
I'm here.
All right.
Oh, yes, we do this here every week. I'm going to have Harry
All right.
work with the presenter.
So if you guys want to sign in officially, so we don't have to, we're doing this manual count, which we do regularly, but this QR code behind us, take your phone, give it a quick shot with your camera, and it'll take you to where you can register, and we really appreciate that. We want to get in the habit of registering. 1 Million Cups is taking attendance like we were back in grade school, but for the benefits of seeing how many entrepreneurs are being helped throughout the country, how many people are meeting every Wednesday morning. So again, thank you for coming in this chilly Wednesday. I hear it's a little warmer here this morning than it was last week. So I dressed for winter and I'm already very warm. So Betsy, what's your thought?
I'm just glad to see everyone here this morning. Thank you all for coming. And once again, we're having a 2-week winter here in Florida. So thanks for getting out of bed and coming to join us this morning. As Harry said, if you would check in, the same things that are on your tables are also check-ins. It's just letting Kauffman know that we're all here. And we're going to do things a little bit differently this morning because we have some special guests in the house. Nobody be nervous. They're here for good reason. So I want to bring up our friends from the Clermont Police Department to talk about some exciting community events they have going on soon. So come on up, introduce yourselves, and tell us what you've got. Oh yeah, you get a microphone and everything.
Can everybody hear me? Yep. All right. Thank you for having us, and good morning. I learned about 1 Million Cups yesterday afternoon, and so I started digging a little bit, made a couple phone calls, and beat the door down, got a hold of Betsy, and said, I want to be there. So here we are. My name is Drew, Corporal Evans. I'm with the Clermont Police Department Community Relations Division. The big reason we came is we want to introduce ourselves and make sure that all of y'all know us and you have direct access to us. And if you have anything coming up that you want us to be involved in, we encourage you to reach out to us because that's what we do. We're a part of the community. We want to be involved and we want to support y'all however we can. Now, to say all that, we have a couple events coming up that we really want to share with you, and they're very special. They're 2 big events. And Sergeant, this is my illustrious supervisor. She keeps tabs on me. So, this is Sergeant Razzo and Officer Diaz. They have some flyers. They're going to pass them around while I talk about them. The first event we have coming up is February 21st, and it's called Honoring the Fallen 5K. Has anybody heard of this? Show of hands. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Honoring the Fallen 5K is something that we do every year. This is our 6th annual 5K. What it is every year we honor all of the officers that died in the line of duty, that made the ultimate sacrifice in the United States. And if you've never attended this event, we encourage you to do so. It is extremely powerful, yet very fun. The community really comes together for this. And good news, you have to have no fitness level to be a participant.
Yes.
Good news. You can run it as fast as you'd like. You can walk it as slow as you want. You can sign up to participate virtually. Now, it's February 21st, so it's coming up very soon. But we do encourage you, even if, yes, ma'am. Yes, so we're doing something very special this year. We are issuing speeding citations. Now, I know.
More of them?
More speeding citations.
I have enough, thank you. I'm good.
Yes. For those of you that all love speeding citations, this is your opportunity. No, we know nobody likes getting a ticket, but this ticket is very special. You have to earn it, and we are issuing a speeding citation to the overall fastest runner, the overall fastest male, and overall fastest female, none of which will be me. Just want to make that clear. But we thought it would be something cool to give to the participants this year. A little bit about the 5K is, and what I meant by, if you've never been to it, it's extremely powerful. We have every state flag along the running trail, and there's a picture of every officer next to their state that sacrifice in the line of duty. And as you're running or walking, seeing that is just a remembrance of the price that they paid so we can all be here this morning. So come out, support. Orlando Health and Advent Health are our big sponsors, so I want to give a shout out to them. After the race, if you sign up for the race on your bib, there are little coupons. There is a free beer that you get after the race. Everybody likes a little bit of beer from Sun Creek Brewery. And there is also a coupon to roasted spirit and mullets. You can go there and get a free shot and 20% off your tab. So they encourage you to hang out, enjoy the downtown festivities afterwards, and they incentivize you. The next event, does anybody have any questions about the 5K? It's clear as mud? All right. Next event is our golf tournament. Has anybody heard about our golf tournament before? All right. It's called the Conrad Buckley Golf Tournament. This is our 5th annual, and everyone should have this flyer. Conrad was one of our officers, and Conrad ultimately passed away from COVID. Conrad loved playing golf, so we wanted to make sure his legacy never dies, and every year we have put together a golf tournament, and it's also a lot of fun. We are looking for sponsors and players. This year we're doing something a little different with the sponsorship level. We are looking for a title sponsor. So if anybody in the room is interested in being a title sponsor, they will get naming rights to the tournament and all the good things. We are only accepting one. But if you can't be a sponsor, we would love for you to come play. Good news, you don't have to have any golf abilities to play and participate. So we make this fun for everyone. The event is May 1st. 7 a.m. is registration, and our money begins at 8 a.m. So if you can't be there, please share with somebody that you know that is looking opportunity or really enjoys golf and wants to come out and play some golf with us. It's a lot of fun. There's some people in the room that come to it every year. They can attest for it. And that is all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
But where is the money going for the on 5K, and where is the money going from the golf tournament that we're raising?
Great question. She asked, where is the money that we raise for the 5K and the golf tournament going? For the 5K, it goes to 2 different organizations.
She said, come on.
Everybody hear me? Hello? Okay. Goes to Concerns of Police Survivors. They are a local organization that gives back to the families of officers that passed away in the line of duty. Also goes to Code 4 Initiative, which is another local charity that essentially does the same thing. The money for the golf tournament goes to Kiwanis. Kiwanis holds our scholarship, the Conrad Buckley Scholarship, and all of the funds in the Conrad Buckley Scholarship go to new recruits in the police academy, and I think 12 or 13 that we've hired, and they go to pay their, yes, Miss Renee in the back, everybody probably knows Miss Renee, she has all the specifics on it, but they go to pay for the police academy for new recruits that we put through training. So, did that answer your question?
It did answer my question, and I just wanted to say, Conrad Buckley Scholarship does have a massive impact in our community. It has raised over $20,000 to put law enforcement officers back on the streets in Clermont. The chief of police, Chief Broadway, he was over choosing the first 10 Conrad Buckley recipients that came through, and Chief Gracie has now chosen 2 more that will be coming through, so we are at 12 officers that our community has put through this program. And I'm happy to say I am a proud mom of Clermont police officer, Officer Macy Lowe. She was the first recipient of the Conrad Buckley Scholarship. She's about to celebrate 4 years with Clermont. So these officers are on the street serving our community. They're people that are from our community, whether they're high school students who take them up to age 24. So support the golf tournament, come out and play, share with your businesses, because it does make an impact in the growing community and police department here, and I can attest to that. Thank you for what you guys do.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. If anyone has any questions, I'll take questions. If not, my information is on both of these flyers. If you want to reach out to me or email me afterwards, that would be just fine too. We have extra flyers. Did everybody get a flyer? Good.
Thank you. Thank you for your involvement in the community. We appreciate you very much. Be safe out there, and thank you all very much. So, encouragement from your community, involvement. Thank you all for being here and for what you do for us every day. And we love to give back how we can. So, thank you. Stay safe and also warm.
Who's going to do the 5K? Anybody? I'll go. Come on. Who's coming with me?
I'll do the walking part.
Get some 5K. I'm walking, baby.
I like it. See, I see.
I will walk kind of fast. Can we bring dogs? Can I bring my dogs to walk? Because I don't know. Yes, because they can pull me part of the way,
There you go.
like reindeer.
Mush.
Yes. And the
Excellent.
golf.
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys, lady.
Thank you. All
Take
right.
care.
A good community bonding moment to start
Yeah.
us off this morning. So let's talk about 1 Million Cups and our fantastic organizer team. Where's my organizers? Lenka. There's Amber. There's Lee. There's Dave back there. There's Jackie. Glenn in our IT department. So this is
And there's Betsy.
Oh, yeah, and also the illustrious fedora-wearing Harry. There you are. So thank you all for being here, and if you have any questions, interests, want to be more involved, want to present at 1 Million Cups, find any of us. We love to talk about the program and the thing that we have going here. So welcome to the View.
View's a great place.
Absolutely.
I see a lot of things with this view. Great for hitting golf balls, great for playing golf out there, great for food, cocktails occasionally.
Absolutely, especially if you run a 5K.
Yeah.
Apparently that's
I'm not sure about that concept.
That's a thing
but
after you run,
Let
apparently.
me
I
just
like
get
it.
hammered after I ran a 5K. Then I'll have to go to Orlando Health. Maybe that's the whole strategy.
It's full circle.
I
see
got
you.
you.
You got it.
Okay.
There's the QR code to all the events they do have going on here at the View. There is always something going on, and the kitchen is open most of the time, so make sure you visit all of those. They provide our coffee and our food, and as we said, we've got Mighty Manatee IT back there keeping us streaming and vocalized, and so you can all wake up and hear our voices loud and clear this morning.
We appreciate that. We've got Cy to my left, who's our great photographer, and Miniman Press, who does a great job on business cards and other propaganda that's printed and good for the 1 Million Cups team.
Yes, and make sure you see Cy after this. He is going to do a Valentine's Day special for
Nice.
2 lucky couples, and he will want to hear about your story, and he wants to take photos and do a session with 2 lucky couples that are willing to kind of share and be photographed at a special rate with Cy. The only caveat is you must be married 7 years or more. So much like 1 Million Cups, parameters on age, you got to be past that 7-year mark. So see Cy after this if you're interested in doing something like that. He does some beautiful, beautiful work. So
Nice.
Thank you to our sponsors. And our partners, we have our friends from the SBDC over here, everything business plan and business development and things that you don't know what to do with business. They're a great resource, as is the Business Incubation Program. And then we have our South Lake Chamber president, who is also one of our organizers, because that's the importance of this community ecosystem. Thank you to Dave and the South Lake Chamber for being here and supporting us from the beginning.
Entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. That's what this is all about. Safe place to talk about what's working well and what may not be working well without judgment. People here to help each other. That's what I love about 1 Million Cups.
Indeed. So, as some of you know, I see some new faces here today, which is wonderful. What we're all about here is presentations, not pitches. We want to hear what's going on with your business, what your challenges are, and we want to guide you through that as other business owners and entrepreneurs the best that we can. Just looking to make those community connections. Sit down here, have some lunch afterward, talk about the things throughout the program and the presentation that spoke to you most, and grow your network by making those connections here. Of course, it's all volunteer based. I know you all are here on volunteer every morning, or every Wednesday, as are we, and couldn't do it without the participation of all of you. And we, as Harry said, want to just keep this a welcoming, supportive space for all of our entrepreneurs in throughout Lake County.
First timers. Who's here for the first time? Just not sure we have time to say hello other than hello. Do we
Yes.
have some time? How are we doing?
I think we can say good
Okay.
morning. We
Yeah,
have a few.
quick
Let's
little intro
name,
of who you are.
Yeah,
Would be
name
nice.
and business.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Cleide Crowfoot. I am a psychologist.
All right.
Excellent.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Is this Instagram?
Who else? I saw another hand. There you go.
Straight back.
Back there,
we go.
Amber.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Javon Sterling. I'm the proud owner of Sterling Capital Advisor Services. I've lived in Clermont area for 3 years after spending 26 years in Texas as a banking executive.
All right.
Welcome.
Not coming up.
All
What
right.
else?
Everyone else is a seasoned 1 Million Cups veteran.
right.
I love it. Well, welcome. Thank you all for coming.
I don't know how to find me.
So, presenters. I think
Well,
this
if you
is a
want to
Harry
present,
slide.
this is a great opportunity. We've got quite a few in the queue lined up for the rest of February, and now we're into March. Love to have you volunteer to present. You do not need to be a professional presenter or speaker. Again, this is all about learning. Each of us, we're still learning. Some of us want to improve on our speaking and our presenting ability. It's a great opportunity. Judgment-free, where there's some coaching involved as much as you want, and it's all about helping you to get your message out as well as what's the business challenge that you're faced with. So it's not presenting like a pitch, but presenting like, here I am, this is my business, and these are the challenges, or the challenge that I'm working on, and this is where I could use a little guidance. So I love that format as well. So if you're even thinking about it, let's have a conversation, and we'll talk about if it makes sense to present.
Absolutely. So our icebreaker this morning gets you guys involved in this conversation. What's one way this community has helped you lately? What's something that recently, it's a 1 Million Cup situation, has come back around for you now that we've been here for
7-ish.
6, 7 months?
Yeah.
Sorry, had to have a teenager. So who has a good 1 Million Cups moment? Nathan.
You just want me to run, don't you?
I'm Nathan. I did a presentation probably 5 months ago, it feels like at this point, and the point of the presentation was trying to seek out additional speaking engagements. And I think since that presentation, from the 1 million cups that I presented at, I think I had 9 speaking engagements where I could educate the audience. So I
Nice.
truly appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Nathan. Important message, too. Tax-related CPA things, speaking of outsourcing things that you might not know how to do to a professional. That's a good one.
So my learning was last week I got an opportunity to present, which I really appreciated, but I learned that I spend too much time on the why and not the what. So that was a really big learning as I kind of went through this last week. So kind of focus on what I'm doing and then kind of the why later, where in my presentation was more too much why. So that was a very helpful.
Excellent. Thank you. That applause goes to the community for the constructive feedback and helpful points. So thank you all. Brandon.
I'm Brandon. Nice to see you all. I'm a very gregarious person, but I don't often go out in amongst people. So this is a fun way to meet new people and just really make really good friends and extremely intelligent friends, which is amazing.
Excellent. Excellent. I accept that. On behalf of the community. So this is really so we can get that type of information and have those kinds of success stories. This is kind of how we operate here at 1 Million Cups. All about supporting the entrepreneurs. Remain curious. That's one of my favorite kind of little isms, and I think that applies here every Wednesday. We don't have really a problem with being critical. If we do, we send the fedora after you. So
Yeah, exactly.
we're kind and actionable here. Try to keep it to one key insight, especially with, we have a lot of great feedback, and then have those connections afterwards. So sit, have some lunch at the View, and continue those conversations.
Excellent. So this morning we have all the way from South Georgia, believe it or not, who's traveling around to different 1 Million Cup locations and chapters. So Jay Jackson will be joining us. Jay is an Air Force veteran turned business strategist who helps founders design businesses that no longer depend on their constant involvement. He specializes in identifying structural bottlenecks that quietly steal time, income, and growth. He has worked inside multiple organizations and alongside leaders to design systems that create operational clarity. I wish I knew how to pronounce Genii. Is that it?
Genii.
All right, Genii. All right, Jay Jackson, welcome.
Let's welcome Jay.
Do you have your mic up? I think so.
You got your
Mic
cookie
up,
monster.
mic
You are
up,
good to
mic
go.
up.
Double
All right.
mic.
Thank
Jay
you.
is ready.
So I hear that speeding in this area is really bad because my Airbnb host was like, do not speed through the community, they'll give you a ticket. So they're serious about it. Which one do I click? This one?
Yes.
Boom. All right, so the name of my company is the Genii Group. Genii is Latin for genius. I have lived across this country, visited multiple states. I've lived in multiple countries and visited multiple countries. And there is nothing like the United States, which is why we're here to solve this problem today. Over the next decade, more than 12 million businesses are going to need a new owner. They're going to need a new owner because boomers are looking to retire. Everyone should know this by now, but some people don't. 2/3 of those businesses do not have an exit strategy. And that means 40% of businesses within this local community right here are going to die. And we all know when businesses die, there's a ripple effect in terms of the impact in jobs and the local economy. So we're leading the boomer business movement. Like Harry said, we're going across the country to different 1 Million Cup locations, presenting the business idea with the intent of help me solve whatever problem that I'm currently facing. And the idea also is to merge and acquire businesses that might be in this local community. Our idea is to basically help build the structure of businesses because most of everyone in this room is an entrepreneur or a business owner. Like I was talking to Anthony earlier when I got here, it's a struggle, and we all know that it's a struggle. I tell people that business ownership is a warrior sport, So you need other warriors alongside of you if you want to win. All right, so the industry that is what we believe is built for transferability, and that is the home services industry. I heard earlier that a lot of private equity firms are in this area buying up a lot of roofing companies, but those are the type of the companies that we're going after. So whether it's landscaping, pressure washing, things of that nature, roofers, plumbers, etc. The asset we're building, it's not a company to me. It is a family practice. It is currently 100% owned by my wife and I. Her name is Bianca, by the way. But we are focusing on centralizing marketing, structure, and leadership. The goal is to have an exit in 5 years for $2.5 billion. Why I see this problem clearly, like they put up on the slides earlier, I am an Air Force veteran. For the last 26 years of my adult life, that is all I have done, is focused on developing teams and building out systems. I was able to go from 18-hour days, late nights, early mornings in my own agency down to just 5 hours per day. And I did help the Air Force build a system that is still, to this day, one of the things that frustrates me is helping other organizations continue to grow, and then you no longer have to participate in it. How I ended up here is just, I made a whole lot of investments. It has not been an easy journey for me since getting out of the military. There were a lot of struggles because you're going from working for someone to now you're responsible for everything. The first couple of times I started my business, 7:30 came around and nobody was wondering where the hell I was at. So that was hard for me to make that transition from being in the military to learning how to be a civilian, because I knew nothing about being a civilian. The 5 key areas that we focus on when we go into businesses is the system that I've created for my own agency. And these are the 5 key pillars that I believe every business must have if a business wants to be structured properly and even grow or scale. Challenges. So the biggest challenge that we're facing right now is identifying a relationship with a banking attorney that has mergers and acquisitions experience. Right now, through a software called Grata, that's how I'm sourcing the deals. I need to immediately remove myself from that particular role, and by having a banking attorney that has mergers and acquisitions experience in that role, that will allow us to evaluate deals a whole lot faster, and then I can focus on strategic growth and development of the company. Some of the things that I have already done is, of course, searching LinkedIn, just trying to find people to have conversations with. Of course, some of them aren't super active on LinkedIn, so you don't get a response back. Or the couple of conversations that I have had with someone, it's just, for me, I'm super big on, similar values and beliefs around certain things. And so there are certain questions that I will ask to try to figure out if there's alignment. So that's been the biggest challenge. And then, of course, something else I've done is coming to 1 Million Cup communities to talk to the folks in the room to say, if you know someone who is a banking attorney that has mergers and acquisitions experience, I would love an introduction to that particular person. I think the last slide. And then what do I need from you? Similar to what I just said, business owners in the local community, whether that's community leaders who are responsible for the growth and development of businesses, Chamber of Commerce, Kiwanis, Lions Clubs, et cetera, et cetera. And that is it. That is it. Questions?
Well, that's amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jay. Stay up here for us, and let's get some community feedback here. So I love, I'm going to take that silver tsunami. I think that's something, if you don't know that's coming, he's not wrong. But I like how you're very specific, and some of us are afraid to use those kind of generational terms and boomers and make reference to that. But this is a real thing that is happening within the workforce right now. So what kinds of things, if you think about Jay's presentation here in Clermont and knowing what kind of businesses he's looking at and things like that, where do you see some areas of opportunity for what he's doing here in Clermont based on your perspective?
Hi, Hernandez. I coach business owners. Question is, are you looking to purchase these businesses, or are you looking to consult for these businesses? That wasn't clear.
Yes, sir. So the idea is we're going to acquire these businesses. So we want the business owner to stay within the business, for a 12 to 18-month runway that
Okay.
allows us to go in with the business owner
Right.
because they have the most continuity for us to be able to build out the structure that we need.
Yep.
And then they ultimately will exit the company because now we've built out the infrastructure so that they can exit. And that's how we're basically going to give them their retirement pay.
Okay.
Of course, capital gains and things like that are factored into it when we start talking about
Sure.
the purchase price. But there's some creative ways that we can actually structure their exit so that they don't have a huge tax hit.
Is there any specific verticals or types of industries you're looking for?
So right now, I'm looking to create verticals around everything in the home services industry. So roofers, plumbers, pressure washing, irrigation systems, you name it, anything in that space. Once we start to acquire those businesses, my idea is to identify, in a perfect scenario, is to identify which business owners in those verticals actually want to go on the full journey with us because they're the subject matter experts in those verticals.
Right.
And so the idea is to continue to grow.
If they're part of that silver wave, I'll just give a little advice on statistics.
Yes, sir.
They want out. They don't normally want to last more than 12 months. On average, they last 12 months,
Yep.
statistically, across the country, and they're not going to want to stick around.
Okay.
So that's just something to watch out for. And the first place I'd go looking is businesses for sale. So find a business broker versus because those are people that actually want to sell rather than having to talk them into it.
Yeah, so thank you. From experience, business brokers, that route, that's how I went and bought my very first businesses through a broker. And just from conversations with other investors, there's just a lot of those businesses aren't prepared for sale and they're super inflated in terms of the asking price. So it's just a lot easier to connect with people one-on-one and nurture a relationship than to try to. Now, again, I know brokers have to make their money, and I want everybody to get paid. But if you're going to get in the way and make it difficult because your interest is more important, so I just decided to go a different route.
Hi,
Yes,
Jake.
sir.
Brandon over here.
Hey, Brandon.
So, like you're mentioning, people don't last that long in businesses because people who are selling businesses don't like to see their businesses change from what they have established. And when you purchase a business, you're normally going to change something. But I was curious as to something that I had brought up months and months ago here is apprenticeships. Most of the time, people are not having apprentices in their businesses. Now, maybe in roofing and plumbing and things like that, people do have some that can step up and take that role. Is that something that you're looking to provide for them, or you're looking to have someone who already has apprentices under them that can pull the business up and move into your future with those businesses?
Yeah, in a perfect world, we would love for a company to have a training program in place so that we can grow and do it that way. One of the major changes we do not plan to make is firing the people. That defeats the purpose of what we're looking to do if we're going to completely go in and overhaul the people, which is what a lot of the private equity firms are doing. They'll come in, they'll acquire it, strip it of whatever they want from it, then they'll install, their own people into it. I just have a different philosophy. A lot of it is from my days while in the military, and that is continuity is key. And so people who have been working in the business for 5, 10, 15 years, I want those people to stay because they partially know where all the bodies are buried, but they also know the community and they know the homeowners way better than we could ever know them because I don't live in each individual community. So one of the things that how we approach it is we don't want to change anything within the first 90 days because that gives us a chance to really look at the data and really determine like, okay, what do we need to start, stop, or continue doing based on industry standards and data. So it's not, for us, yes, change is a part of it. And I was talking to Mr. Wilkes earlier today. We were talking about change management and all the things that go into it. But the idea is not to go in and just completely flip the table over because that we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot.
Good morning. Thank you very much. It's a really great presentation. My name is Lee Tran. I'm a wealth protection strategist.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think this is triggering a lot of idea that some people don't even think about because they're so busy in their business, they don't even think about the exit strategy. Now, knowing somebody's going to come in and be with them for a year or two and help them set up so they can get out and retire. I know that everybody in this room have some sort of plumbers, roofers, that connections. My question to you is, are you from Georgia? Are you local? Are you going to be here with the people that, you know, when I bring it up and they say, oh, I never thought about going to retire in 5 years. So if somebody's going to want to buy it and walk with me and coach me, but are you presently here, or are you in Georgia and just going to remotely be with them? Are you acquiring anywhere in the country? Like, how does that work?
Yes, ma'am. So great question. So there are a couple questions. So I physically live in Georgia, about 25 miles south of Atlanta. My family and I are preparing to move back to Tampa. I met my biological father for the first time 3 years ago, and I was like a 5-year-old little boy inside, driving up and down 75 to go see him once a month. And my wife allowed us to move and relocate to live in the Atlanta area to be closer to him. I'm just giving you context. But it's super cold up there, culture's different. I love Florida, we're coming back home. So that's to answer that part of your question. But the way we're building out the organization, the biggest part of it, and it kind of goes back to what he was talking about earlier about a lot of business owners not wanting to be a part of that journey. I mean, you have options. You can completely walk away, lock the door, shut it down. Your legacy, 20, 30 years, blood, sweat, and tears, it completely dies. That is every business owner's right to do that. But we would go in and we would basically have a conversation around what are some different options opposed to actually doing that particular part. For me, when we start talking about merging and acquiring businesses, we're building an organization, right? And in building of that organization, it's me also making sure that members of the leadership team, both the board and the executive level of the leadership team, that I have leaders in each individual state that we're acquiring these businesses in. That way, for example, if I'm, say, in Washington State and something happens in Florida, I've got some type of leadership representation here, boots on the ground in the state of Florida. Again, a lot of what I'm saying to you, perfect world. But I do know we don't live in a perfect world, and whenever the shitstorms come at me, we just got to figure it the hell out and solve the problem. So, yeah, we're right here. I'm sorry.
Hi, good morning. Lincoln Rady, Star Business. First, I would like to give you feedback on your presentation. One of the best ones I've seen in the last 7 months. To the point, straightforward, really great job. So thank you very much.
It's my 5th time doing it, so I promise you it gets better each time.
You clearly know what you're doing, so fantastic. What I would love for you to maybe tweak a little bit in the presentation, which would give me a little bit more clarity about the problem that you're trying to solve, is connect me with community leaders who support home service businesses. What exactly is the definition of that community leader? Is it a business owner? What is that specific pain point that you are looking for to make sure that if I can hear the pain point, I know that you are the perfect, most logical solution for that person?
Okay. So there are, in the answer, there are several leaders that we're looking to connect with. So leaders of chambers of commerce, because those leaders have the responsibility of their local business community, number one, to start having the conversation if they're not having the conversation with their business owners, because this is a real issue. So I talked about Lions Club, Kiwanis Club, etc. So any leaders who have the ear of people, that's one group of folks that I would love to connect with. Those other groups are those actual home services businesses who are boomers and they don't have an exit strategy or plan. Like she brought up earlier, some I've asked that question, hey, what's your exit strategy? And we just don't know what we don't know. Some literally say, what the hell's an exit strategy? And so we have to spend time educating them on what that exit strategy is. So if you know someone who is at that retirement age, I know it's kind of tricky for some folks because some say, I'm not retired, I'm still working. But if they have that problem where they don't have a succession plan in place and they don't want 20 or 30 and sometimes probably 40 years of their life to just die, for whatever the reasons might be, those are the people that I'm looking to chat with.
That makes total sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got one back here, Nathan?
We'll come down.
And we'll
Hey,
come up
I'm
here.
Nathan. Fantastic presentation. Love it. Agree with you on the business brokers. Paying the extra 20% really doesn't make a lot of sense whenever you're trying to do quantity. I would really recommend, there's a guy around here that does a lot of the business sales named Ken Gluckman. And that is a person we have seen do many of the business sales and not have their documentation significantly wrong, which I think is what you're probably experiencing. So Ken Gluckman, I think he's going into business brokership now, unfortunately, but he was an attorney.
Keep him out of there.
I know, man, I know. But also on the other side, if you're having trouble with due diligence requirements, you can always, I am a resource for that.
Okay.
I like the way that you're approaching this.
Thank you, sir. Make sure we just connect afterwards so I can get your contact info. I know I saw him. Oh, right here.
So my question is, what's your hard ask? So I know that you're looking for those businesses that are on the edge, that are on the cusp of retirement, and you want to help them through that. My experience, I personally, my father is 72 years old, right? He's trying to retire. I tried to help him do that exact same process, and his exact problem was he didn't understand how to let go. Mm-hmm. So I had to step away and walk away from it because I couldn't do my business and help him run his and get out of it. Yeah. So my question to you is, what is your solution for that dealing with the business owner that wants to retire but doesn't want to let go of the business, or the control, if you will? Yeah. And then 2, what's your hard ask from the community that you're trying to gain more businesses? Like, how do you want us to provide those connections for you?
Yeah, so my super hard ask is a banking attorney that has mergers and acquisitions experience. That is my super hard ask. I did not grow up with money. I know I probably sound like I did, but that's just because I read a lot of books and talk a lot. But because I didn't grow up with money, I don't know everything that I need to know about money. But I do know that there are a lot of smart people out there that understand money very, very well. And so that's why I need that banking attorney to make sure that my limitations can be overcome with their experience. And then your father, it's his baby. It's like he has taken something from here, nurtured it, grown it to what it is right now. And so for me, I initially like to remove family, because there's emotions involved in the entire process. And we know when emotions are involved, nobody's thinking clearly. So the first thing I would do is ask family not to be involved in the conversation at all. And then we would just talk to Dad. Okay, Dad, what do you want? Get clear on what he really wants and what he sees for the baby moving into the future. And then as we get clear on what he sees, notice what he sees for the baby in the future, we start to put a plan together. And then once that plan is together, we let him decide, is this the plan that you would run if you were leading the baby into the future? That is the biggest thing. As a parent, right, we all know, I'm not letting my baby go and spend a night at somebody's house and I don't know what you're gonna do with it, right? So that's how I approach it, is okay, this is your baby, totally understand, let's make sure you understand. Here's how we're gonna raise your baby after you step out of it. And that's why I always like to say that 12 to 18 month runway with the business owner still in the business, so that we can slowly start to pull things away. Because if you go in there and things that he has done, you gotta think like I was saying with the military, I lived my life for 2 decades a certain way, right? It had to be done this way. Now, the stakes are a lot higher in the military because people are going to die. I get it. But my mentality when I transitioned out, there are some things that I had to hold on to because it gave me my foundation for me to be able to thrive out here. But then there are certain things I had to slowly start to let go of so I wouldn't lose my mind. And so a lot of times with business owners, when we're having that conversation, it's like, okay, it's a huge shock to the nervous system of that person. And so we just have to slowly do it so that they don't feel like my whole entire who I am, what I represent, isn't just destroyed in one single step. So get you guys out of the way, get clear on what he really wants, and then we'll put a plan together and slowly move him out. That would be my advice.
All right, we're going to come up here to the front, and then we'll go to Miss Renee in the back.
How are
there.
you structuring or looking at structuring these deals? Because a lot of people do need diversification. They may need to, like, are you selling the business and then I'm out and you just give me cash, or do I get a piece of the big picture or part of your bigger picture and I just become a minority shareholder in your company?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, there are options, right? So I know that there's sometimes people do run up into situations from a tax standpoint. So if you just say, hey, you know what? I don't care about the taxes. Give me my check. Me and my wife are going over to the next exotic beach somewhere. We're going to enjoy our lives. No problem. We can do that. If you want to be a part of the long-term growth and future, basically as like a silent partner or an investor, we could have that conversation as well. Ideally, we want to do what's known as a seller finance deal, meaning the seller of the business carries the note. So for example, a business owner could say, oh, I believe that my business is valued, let's just say at $10 million. Okay, well, numbers don't lie. Your numbers should be able to tell us, based on projections, that we can get to $10 million. Now let's put some skin in the game and let's prove it. And that's where that 12 to 18 month window comes into play, where you're actually in the business with us and we're actually executing together, making sure those 5 pillars that I talked about are strong enough before you actually exit out of the business. Once you exit out of the business, that's where we can actually sit down and talk about basically your pay or your salary or your retirement. And that could be a monthly pay, that could be quarterly, or like I said, it can be a long-term strategy to where when we do get ready to exit out of the portfolio in 5 years, that's when you can get your larger payday. So with companies that I'm merging with right now, so I knew that my current capacity and my current marketing agency wasn't going to be able to do this. And I was sick and tired, first and foremost, of competing with marketing agencies because you can throw a rock, and I was talking to somebody earlier, you can throw a rock and you can hit a marketing agency. But not everybody's as good as they are. But I wanted to differentiate us, and I wanted to solve a bigger problem. And so that's how we got here, and I knew that I wasn't capable of doing it with my current team. So what we're doing right now is we're merging with friends who have marketing agencies, but they specialize in specific things. So for example, I got a verbal yes on the marketing agency that specifically focuses on websites, landing pages, automations, things of that nature. Another friend of mine who's a media buyer, so Facebook, Google Ads, Instagram, so on and so forth. We're working on a merger with his agency as well, and so we're basically going to take what I do great, what they do great, and we're going to integrate ourselves underneath this one umbrella so that we can provide like streamlined marketing and infrastructure for those businesses. So yeah, I think I answered all questions. If I did or didn't.
All right, we're going to let Nathan wrap us up.
And then, okay.
Just for your information, in Florida, I know it's different in Georgia, South Carolina, those other states. The sales tax liabilities follow the assets, not the entity. Mm-hmm. So be extremely careful with due diligence, obviously.
Yeah, so one of the biggest reasons we're coming back to Florida is because of that, so that we can minimize our tax burden as a company. So I agree. I understand and I agree. We do have one final one, and she's had it for a minute. Can we get her? Oh! Okay, we will talk. All right.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Power of 1 million cups, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
and you guys have great leadership.
Oh.
I promise you. I think seriously, I have talked to Harry in terms of organizers at different locations. I think I've talked to Harry more than I've talked to any of them combined. All right, because Harry wanted to make sure that I didn't come in here and pitch. He made it very clear. Damn it, you can't pitch in here. You can present. But you did a great job. So
Thank you, sir. He and I are going to podcast together, so love the energy.
Thank you.
Yes, these are exactly the kind of connections that we want to happen here at 1 Million Cups. I don't even have to ask him what can we do because we've got it taken care of with the attorney. And I see there's a lot of, I think some questions. There's some of the people, how does this apply to me? This is what we want for you as our entrepreneurs that come through here to be thinking about as you're growing your business. We want you to think about, yeah, I can show you a $10 million valuation, and yeah, I can exit, and you don't have to be 65 or retirement age to do that. And that's what we're here for. That's where this is a jumping off point so that we can put you in touch with someone like Jay. And I don't care if you're 65 or you're 45, if you're ready to retire and you want to exit your business and you've built a strong portfolio, just knowing that options like this are out there should motivate you to use the resources that you have here at your disposal, especially the complimentary and prepaid by your tax dollars resources for small business support that we have. Utilize those now so that you can get to this point where you are visible on that level. And to that point exactly, that's again what we're here for. And there are some upcoming community opportunities for you to continue furthering your knowledge in this kind of a space. Obviously, we want to keep you here every Wednesday at 1 Million Cups. But we do tonight, if you have some extra time available, from 4 to 6. There is it's part of the UCF Business Incubation Program at the Clermont City Center. It's basically business automations. So it's other ways to kind of run your business efficiently and effectively so you can potentially scale faster and eliminate the things that you don't need to worry about, be familiar with the things that you do need to worry about, and learn who the content matter specialists are that you can outsource those to. So again, we talk about our business incubator program that's run through the University of Central Florida. We talk about SBDC, and that's the Small Business Development Corporation? Center, thank you, center, not a corporation, yes, center. So utilize these local resources, again, so that you can scale and exit and go sit on that beach with your favorite beverage, whether or not you've run a 5K.
Oh,
or
yeah,
not.
that's
So,
exactly.
Yes, so just want to make sure everybody understands that this is the kind of thing that we encourage you to get to, and how integral small businesses are to our local community. And we want nothing more than to see you all ramp up and take off and exit your own company that you've built.
100%. So we have one more question for Jay, somewhere in here. Jay, what can we as a community do to help you?
Just keep being everything you've been since I got here. The banking attorney, I've already had someone say, a couple of CPA attorneys that have M&A experience, so just keep being what you guys have been since we got here.
Nice.
Well, we appreciate that, Jay. This is his 5th 1 Million Cups, first one in Florida. So he's been kind of around the southeast, and you'll see his AV crew also following him around. And I am super excited for you that he is documenting all of his interactions with 1 Million Cups and meeting with the leadership at the 1 Million Cups headquarters to broadcast and hopefully spread the message that is 1 Million Cups.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're capturing footage as we go to each location with the intent on February 26th to present the idea to 1 Million Cups leadership of a documentary. And that's because a lot of my family and friends, as I was telling them what I was doing, they were going, what the hell is a 1 Million Cups? And so I said, oh, okay. And we're going to document it, tell the 1MC story as we go on this journey so that we can release it in hopes of doing the 1MC community.
Yes. So I bring that up, and thank you for that, Jay, and we look forward to seeing that. But I bring that up because I want you all to please be doing the same, telling other business owners, we're here to help, we're encouraging. We ask for a little bit of vulnerability, but we have a world-class coaching team that is ever growing here, that is 100% here to help you and support you and get you the best feedback from the audience that you can get.
Yeah, amen. When you think about presenting, you think about what is your average ticket sale, and then think about if I get one great lead out of 40 people, my guess is you probably get more than one. This is not a bad thing to be doing. Traveling to different 1 Million Cups based on your average ticket sale, that this becomes more than worth it. It is, to me, just seeing the interaction in the room and making those connections. What's the banker worth? What's the person who says, my dad is going through this? What is that worth to you? And so when you're thinking about presenting, think bigger picture, that this can take you into a different realm of your business. So I just wanted to point that out. And yes, we still need presenters.
And I will brag on our IT department. Jay, you will receive a synopsis of all of this feedback that Glenn generates for you. So I know you have it all on camera yourself, but he will generate a great summary and synopsis of all this helpful feedback and actionable items that we've given you. And hopefully you can carry this forward and we'll remain at the top of your 1 million cups list. But we'll look forward to hearing back from you about how it's going.
Good stuff. Group
All right.
photo.
If we
What?
could have you back up at the front, Jay, our presenter, and everyone get those 1 million cups fingers ready. We want to document this day. You get a special seat. Yes, by the banner, by the banner. All right,
Sit
everybody
up
get
front with the teacher.
your 1 million cups fingers ready for size.
Can we move? No, speak right here. Okay.
We make sure to use our 1 million cups fingers, not our Lake County driving fingers.
Now that we have an official photographer watching, and then we'll do the selfie.
Everybody's local famous now.
Yay!
All right, Lenka.
We good? Selfie, you guys go in so I can have you go.
Yes.
Side, go in.
Come on, Sai. The photographer never likes to be photographed. Come on. All right.
All right.
It's a good reminder to follow us on all the socials if you're not already. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.